Here we go, baby. I love this, by the way. Here we go. Disgusting. Oh! MSC overhaul? Hello? What is going on with the music? Captain Nerf? Logistics? Oh my gosh. Look at these fuel cost changes.
How do you connect with certified services?
What else we got? Hellcat buff. Oh, this is enormous. This is fucking giga. Dude, this is absolutely fucking giga. Reload time slowed down. Flanking speed no longer available by default. This is massive. What else we got? Dozer nerf. Cost and speed. I actually like that a lot. Bazooka team. White phosphorus is crap? No? SSF buff. Okay. Sound Pepega. Yeah, this is really good. This Hellcat change is really good. Ranger nerf. This is so necessary. Wait. What? Oh, wow. They changed it from a damage reduction to an accuracy bonus, so they'll be more lethal but less durable. This is probably a really good thing. They won't be, like, immortal against tanks now. Scott. Basically a buff for anti-emplacement damage for Scots. This could actually make it a decent tool against like coastals. Oh my gosh, the music. Lol. Accuracy on 75mm. This is good. Sherman buff. This is probably okay. Although, I don't know. This is pretty close to the cost of a P3. I don't really know how I feel about that. I think we'll see more of these, though, with the nerf to the, what are they called? The dozers. Mortar pit nerf, thank God. Well, they tripled the veterancy requirements across the board. Carpet bomb sounds like a nerf. This rocket run got a buff. That's actually big. Loiter got nerfed. It's fine. Holy shit. Oh, this is massive. Yeah, they're in the chat here. Let's just relax a little bit here. USF Nerf bat? Yeah. So far, from what I can see. This is crazy. Look at how much armor, how much more armor this is. I wonder if the Tiger's going to be that much. Engineers can make an HMG. We knew this was coming, actually, from the patch preview, or the battle group preview. It looks like it's default, though. It's not tied to the Australian battle group. Grant, slight nerf. Matilda armor nerf. This is probably good. Infantry smoke is free on the Churchill. That's probably a good thing. Can convert medical trucks. Okay. That's kind of nice. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Look at this, dude. They finally did it. No reason why the Dak Tiger was way more expensive than the other one previously. But they seem to have fixed it now. The height change is massive. Yeah, I pointed that out at the beginning. That's actually huge. Hello, everyone, and welcome to You're going to be able to fight... you're going to be able to fight units in buildings now. In tall buildings.
Terrific balance team. Let's do some quick intros. Darren, who are you? What do you do on the team?
Hey, my name's Darren. I'm one of the balance designers and gameplay designers for Company of Heroes 3. Put on a lot of hats here.
John Relic.
Yeah, and another fine.
USF is going to suck this patch? I don't know. The MSC buffs seem pretty substantial.
Hello, I'm Jason. I'm just balance lead on Company of Heroes 3. It's nice to be here.
Okay, so folks, we know that there was obviously some big news last week. Relic announced that we're becoming an independently run studio. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about that, but that's not going to be our focus for this live stream. For more information on that news, you can find our latest blog post at community.companyofheroes.com. So our focus for today is, of course, to talk about all the multiplayer balance changes coming in Coral Viper, our 1.60 PC update. So I feel like we should just get into it. Jason, Darren, before we
What did they do to height?
patch and run through all the patch.
They made it so that height no longer negates cover. Instead, it gives an accuracy bonus. So you can fight units that are downhill from you in green cover. The advantage will just be less dramatic than it was. I actually think that will also mean that fighting units in the open will be firing at units in the open will be better from high ground. But once you're in cover, the bonus won't be as noticeable.
The shortest amount of time
You have to spend 40 fuel to make Zook teams any good?
and basically
It's not just any Zooks, though. It's all Zooks. Ranger Zooks, SSF Zooks, the call-in infantry Zooks,
that players can play really aggressive.
weapon drop Zooks, all of them.
It's probably a little overkill right now. We do want other strategies to have room to breathe, such as things like more scaling builds, especially late game builds, and also kind of reduce ever so slightly the dominance of light vehicles. Yeah.
I think though that I also have to
Assault Grand nerf.
go
This is good.
more so with the.
Yeah, this is good. This is all good.
In the late game tech,
Health goes on to Vet 2. That's probably fine. Bursa buff.
sometimes you'll see
Oh, that's kind of nice.
skills from particularly our
This actually might be really, really strong, actually.
into that later regarding our blockchain is coming from them.
Yeah.
And then we want to see a bit more strategy that with the
This might be really strong.
it's that we have some changes for it.
Okay, cool. So I'm also kind of curious. I know
It's still good to be in a building. Yeah, yeah. You still get lots of advantages. But the height bonus is not going to be as brutal as it
How
was.
do we do that? How do we balance, and what is sort of the team's overall
P3,
approach or sort of
what is this, a
philosophy when it
buff?
comes to making
Tracking.
changes that affect the
Firing cone increase. Oh, this is good.
So it's been.
So the MG is going to be able to do more damage consistently.
It's good you asked. So one of the things I want to bring up is like what are like our main goals?
Panzerjäger nerf. Oof. Oh my gosh. This looks pretty bad
Our main goal is strategic
for
diversity.
PJs.
We want players to
This is huge.
with the tools that they want to.
Holy crap, that's insane.
Playstyle that they want to, right? We wanna
T3 builds, we might actually see them. They might be viable now with the P3 buff too.
Or there's all kinds of different strategies for you to use, and also for you to adapt your opponent.
What else have we got
Goals
here?
are very important to us.
Smoke launchers cost 25 munitions per use. Ooh, that's pretty substantial. Since you already have to pay for these.
Micro positioning is
Stuka buff. Snares will be stronger, yes.
important to us.
What have we got here?
So yeah, in terms of how we kind of achieve that, every patch we kind of do
Officer quarters.
this main thing.
Whose upgrades do not synergize with their battle groups.
Hey, what's going on?
Officer quarters is a viable path for improving battle group units. Oh!
And whatnot, and we pay attention to like what people are saying. Live
This is huge.
kind of stuff. And we also have a lot of stats.
Wow. This is huge. So officer quarters affects all the call-in units now.
1.5,
That's crazy.
what's going on? And we kind of go from
Panzer Command cost reduction. Wow.
what would be good for the game and how do we get there? And then we start
Wow.
optimizing
These are huge, substantial buffs.
the team's approach to how we do this work.
I know, like Jason said, everything unless you
Grenadiers. Oh my god, they did it. Oh my god. They did it, dude. Wow.
Okay. So Jason, that all of that work.
Huge buffs. Holy crap.
Right, so we need to
Panzerfaust.
have that
35 to 30.
try and
Vet 2 accuracy bonus increase.
changes, test them.
Range on the Panzerfaust at Vet 1 and Vet 3.
there's a bit of a delay there.
Medical kits change to area of effect heal. This is huge too.
Stay ahead of things, but it is hard having to predict things. In the
Cheaper MP40s. It's like, well, this is
We often
5 munition buff.
very far
That's
in
weird.
advance, and sometimes that's good. Sometimes
They were always able to heal while moving. But I think the fact that they can heal while moving, but other units, is pretty major.
So don't worry, Jason. I ordered you a crystal ball. I'm gonna put it on your desk, so you'll have no trouble.
STG. Oh, PG buffs. Okay, nice. What have we got here?
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
something I want to quickly bring up. And this is something I don't think we've ever.
Mid damage increase from 0.4 to 0.625. That seems pretty significant for the bundle nade.
All modes. We do not
Wow.
certain modes.
PGs could be super viable now.
The case a lot of the time. That's because some of the
Oh man, I can't wait to use my T3 build, dude.
modify certain modes.
What else have we got? Nebelware for nerf.
Or we know, like for example, it's easier to test
Okay.
some modes than others.
Stug 3.
Our goal is that all modes and all skill brackets see balanced play. Now, the play might be different at different skill levels. That's totally fine. But our main goal
This is a buff.
doesn't matter what elo you are. We don't believe
This
that
is
get good. No, it's we want the game to be balanced for everyone. So that's an
so basically making it worse against infantry, but better against vehicles, I suppose.
we're trying our best.
G43 buff. Significant. I actually like this. This is great. Oops.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate the clarification. Because, like you said, the experience.
Werble nerf. This is much needed. This is a good way to nerf it too.
Jump over to
221 nerf. Stoss. Oh, cost reduction and pop cap reduction. This could be good. We could see more Stoss now.
6.
Holy buffs for Vermok, dude. This is insane. Look at this.
Where do we want to start here?
Armor. Okay, not as substantial as the Black Prince, but this is still pretty significant. Wow. Panther buff. Mark target refreshes. Reload speed increased. Breakthrough time was doubled. That's a long time. 90 seconds for that ability? It's like 60 munitions. Build time decreased from 50 to 25%. This is good. Oh, holy shit, dude. Oh my god. People are going to lose their minds, but this is so necessary. Thank God. Wow. Thank God, dude.
The effective difference we're hoping is that high gameplay will still be
This was horrible.
but now where
This was so disgusting in the tournament, dude.
it matters where you put your unit before it didn't matter at all. If you were in the open or if you were in cover, it made no difference. Now it does, but yeah. So we're hoping that this adds a lot more gameplay.
This is huge. This is my favorite part.
Any other general changes you want to get to before we talk about things like snares? Alright. So, for snares,
Assault Group Colin. 2 CP for the 251 plus Stoss. This is great. This is great change. This unit came out way too late. Okay, access have to pay for smokes. Oh, they fixed Regal Mines, dude! They fixed them! They fixed them, dude! How did they change snares? They now apparently scale with veterancy. And also, the, what are they called? The Grenadiers get range as they scale with veterancy on their snares. Bug fixes. Uh-oh. Here we go. Is the casemate bug fixed? This looks like it's fixed.
And this is part of our larger adjustment. And we're not going to achieve this all in one patch. So, like the meta read we mentioned before.
Buildings can be constructed on steeper slopes, thank God.
We're not going to try and just shift that all in one quick go because it's very easy to go over. So we're just
Hold on.
putting in a set of changes
Let's...
in the patch
Oops.
that should be a step in that direction that should kind of reduce it. And then we'll monitor, hey, did these changes go as far as we expected or not? And then we'll either do more or we'll do less than the next one.
Holy... Okay, we got to go through the bug fixes separately. Let's back up here. There's a lot to unpack here. There is a lot to unpack here. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy, dude. This is so great.
Should we get into the protection? 'Cause I know there were
This is so fantastic, dude.
Yeah, so obviously the battlefield espionage, which we talked about last week, a huge component of that battle is concealment and stealth, which when I first saw that, I was like, how are we supposed to play against this? But obviously you have a bunch of changes in store to do just that. So what are we doing?
Alright, so the change is we are giving essentially players a set of units and abilities that are going to be used that
Yeah, we're really needed the buffs that they're getting here.
add this, but for us it didn't make sense to go
Do vet tanks take less snare? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
We're dubbing this system within these units detectors. So we'll have a list in the patch notes, but in the game you'll see that units will have a detector, and these units will be at 25 range rather than so this means that you can get these units that can hunt enemy camo units, but it is important to mention that it's 25 range regular times 35. So if you're quick on the ball or on the draw, detector units can still finish. Camo units can still finish detectors, but it's much it forces them basically to either choose or engage or back away. It should support your regular army with your detectors or your detector abilities. So one thing one is US recon their support center, that is detective one. So you can use that to reveal enemy ambushers before you need to detect them. But yeah, things like flares, things like recon planes, these will be significantly more useful. We're hoping that this is in life. We'll see how it goes. It's useful, so obviously there will be some growing pains. We'll see how the detectors land, and we'll either tune them up or down depending on how we see them.
Anything for Martyr?
Ambush play, very much think it's cool.
No.
At the same time, we definitely won't counterplay the game against these.
So is there anything else that we can get with that system, or should we just move some of the other general changes?
Yeah, I think we can start going into some other general changes. You want to talk about recovery?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's your show.
40 fuel is too much.
Is that ready to go, or you
I don't know about that, dude.
we're doing a, well, I would say not the biggest change, but we are changing it so that recovery is going to be sped up significantly.
Why would infantry snares go up with... It's not a lot, Frag. I don't know what you're talking... It's only 40 damage. It's really not going to impact heavier vehicles like at all. It's mostly going to impact light vehicle play as your infantry get more veteran. Yeah, the 10 fuel grant unlock was interesting.
Once you recover that vehicle is, for the most part, almost near death. So, if you recover a vehicle, but the opponent is still in the area, the opponent has a very good chance of immediately taking out that recovered vehicle if they have the right tools, because we're essentially...
There's some crazy good shit in here, dude. All this, look at all these armor buffs for Axis. P4s, Panthers, Tiger. This is good. We're going to see more Tier 4 Axis play,
Yeah, so
which
recovery
is great
to
news.
be significantly faster, but slightly more expensive.
T3 also got some significant buffs, it looks like.
It's kind of compensating.
The biggest thing, though, guys, I think is this right here.
What's next?
This is massive.
I'll just quickly mention them all in go, because I think the patch notes kind of illustrate
The
effect.
Stosstroop buffs,
But,
too. Yeah,
giving
for sure.
snipers,
For sure, for
machine
sure.
guns, and light mortars a slight change. So snipers have gotten buffed, AT guns have gotten...
This is very substantial. Like, Grenadiers are... I don't know exactly what this is going to translate to. Hopefully it means that they can hold their own against units that are just going to walk at them. But this was so needed. This was such an utterly worthless unit before. And now that they've got these on-the-field heals, they have better scaling accuracy. I think they're still probably going to be outscaled by allied infantry, but at least now they will smooth the transition over to it, right? Also, I don't think people are considering how substantial the sandbag change is going to be, too. Where is it? Oh, this is also great, by the way. The standardizing the vehicle load times.
We also have some more minor
Time to play the game again? I think so, okay.
no longer have now been capped to kill
I think so.
entities. So no more losing a full scout squad.
Yeah, here we go. These.
If you're unlucky.
This is good. So the allied snares, for whatever reason, the allied snares did 110, but now all snares do 120. So that's great. And I love this. I love this scaling veterancy, scaling damage with veterancy on the infantry squads. It'll make handling light vehicle spam easier for infantry heavy builds. Without nerfs to their overpowered units, like what, Raffle? They nerf PJs a lot.
Sandbags.
On every single point, there's the two little sandbags that can fly. Hopefully that'll go.
Well, you can still do it. It's going to take
Okay.
Yeah, a few more minor changes. I'll talk about the experience one. So we're boosting it ever so slightly. So at every level, kill a better unit, you get more unit experience. We're tuning that up by 5% per level. So at 1, it's 20%. And now, this kicks up very much in Vet 3. So if you nail a Vet 3 unit, it'll give you 60%.
P3 looks much better. They didn't really do anything to the P3, but the reduction in cost for Tier 3 for DAC is going to make it more attractive.
They really struggle to get
100%.
we're hoping that while this is better units that players have earned, this makes it so that if players outplay their opponents,
Did they nerf the DAC AA truck? They did last patch, Frag.
yeah, and you want to talk about the load time.
I haven't seen as much of it. It got some major acceleration nerfs to make it easier to run down and kill. You think DAC is going to be the best? Dude, it's so early to say. I can't make a call like that right now. I'm really excited about these Wehrmacht changes. I feel like it's going to open up so much more build diversity. Between the officer quarter changes, Panzer Command cost reduction, Grenadiers being better now, and then some T3 buffs to boot, as well as Tier 4. Like, dude, they're going to be cooking. You're going to have so many options to play Wehrmacht now. I'm so excited about this.
Just as a clarity change, this is more. So we used to
I'm saying the same, Mad Max. I'm saying the same.
artifact of NATO,
What are they talking about?
Load, but there's no animation for it.
Oh yeah, the reload for the ultralights. That was weird, but good find.
And this was very unclear. This would cause a lot of confusion. Why is it what's going on? So we basically toned that back. Now a lot of these might look like pretty significant costs, but in the data, these are reloads that happen very, very intermittently. So the change to the damage is a slight increase, but it's fairly marginal.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Short essentially, it's just you'll just notice the reload. There's another round each burst. The unit is fine.
It's a quality of life change.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the factions.
All right. I was gonna ask a little more general stuff. Let's talk about factions. U.S. forces. What's happening?
Yeah.
For U.S. forces, we're redistributing some of their power to support their defense. It's going to be as much play as so we're redistributing some of the effectiveness to support center. So again, you'll see that we've got a work that's going to allow us to see play in general, especially for U.S. armored play, but we've also redistributed some of USF's power in general as a fact. We noticed that in the late game, when they start helping us both closers up, it's too hard for access to counter.
Is the update live yet? No, I think they're doing it at one or two.
Things like, hey, you AI just go infantry, so you get better views with the MC, so pull a lot more of the power of the USB will be found on that MC. You better get stock.
Yeah. In terms of like furthering that idea is before we kind of had troubles balancing 3 support centers, and we very early recognized that the state of the MSC was just not in the state that was easily balanceable. So we were waiting for basically the opportunity to do this kind of major overhaul, and this is kind of the push to really start getting all 3 support centers to be properly balanced between the 3 of them. We've known there's been a major fluctuation between them before, but yeah, infantry support center is going to be significantly more about heavy investment into infantry that is not as compatible with regular vehicle play as it was before. So you'll see that the fuel costs for their upgrades have gone up. In exchange, that their manpower costs have gone up to allow you to get more infantry. In exchange, we've actually locked some of the abilities already on current vehicles away and put them into the MSC, so that regular USF play basically doesn't have access to them, and you need to invest in the MSC to get access to them. And then ASC, though the detection you can expect to be a pretty major buff utility for that center. So hopefully we now have a meaningful difference between less good like infantry, powerful vehicles, or good just general utility. And to support this as well, we've also added the I dubbed them Super Zooks upgrade, but the improved rockets upgrade in the weapon support center.
Super Zooks.
This buffs all bazookas in your army, period. So it doesn't matter what unit is carrying it, to do 33% more damage. So it's basically 2 bazooka hits will go from 120 to 160 damage, which means this is an important breakpoint that makes it kill most vehicles either 1 or 2 bullets short. Now this doesn't increase its penetration or its accuracy, so the counterplay is the same. It's at arm's length and keeping your front armor towards it. But this is to reward players either fighting other vehicles or those who get fights with the bazookas and help those units get.
Okay. Lots of process.
We got all over the place with this one.
Lots of process there. Did we want to drill down a little bit more on the mechanized sports center? Because I can be replaced the abilities there with some ones.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we've replaced the whole ideal down mechanized support center with designated for repair station, where you pick a territory point.
Jaeger's got nerfed slightly? No Jaeger nerfs. Buffs for the G43 choice, which is probably a good idea. Bazooka team nerfed? No. Oh, I guess if you count the white phosphorus nerf as like a bazooka team nerf, then sure. I think rubber. It's going to be more substantial for players that are using like Rangers or SSF. Potentially Parazooks too. Don't forget Parazooks, dude.
There are times where I need repairs, but I have taken out damage. I don't want to go straight back to the HP.
Yeah, and that ability just appears as like the butt of your attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the faction panels.
So where you would find the air support center, the ability you would find the Destiny 4 repair station also there.
Okay.
But this is hopefully this will also.
They
equalize
gimp your
the
late game.
before, bringing units back to the
I
base
guess.
prospect 1v1 compared to 4v4. And just to clarify, the first use of this when you get the MSC is free. Hopefully this gives you some momentum as well. But yeah, so this way team players can set up repairs forward on the map rather than being forced to bring things back to the base, which is just more expensive than a larger team.
Right. And will this affect all friendly vehicles?
Yes.
Yep, they will affect friendly vehicles, but it should be known that this is not more like the original repair station. The engineer squad will run from vehicle to vehicle after these repairs. So
It will not scale. Or it will not multiply.
Right.
So there is a scaling upgrade.
There is an upgrade. Yes. Okay.
ISC was too good.
Because all of the specific upgrades, read the patch notes if you're
I think we're going to see more people start to experiment with MSC this patch
we're hopefully
with all of the buffs that it got and adjustments.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to touch on with the U.S. forces?
So we can drill a little bit into detail about the vehicle changes, I think.
Hellcat and Bullseye.
So yeah, the Hellcat and the Dozer.
Basically.
So Hellcat, I'll start
Yeah,
with
basically.
the Hellcat we've noticed has just been a little too dominant, just overall. It's been able to not only outduel enemy armor, both heavy and lighter ones,
It wasn't even a choice though before.
and also chase them. So
There was no trade-off at all, which is like the opposite of
they always dictate the pace.
any kind of macro design.
Overwhelming. So we blocked that upgrade. before.
That's how you get.
Not every USF player will not have access to that by default. But we've also reduced the fire rate of the Hellcat so that it's more dependent on this ability for it to chase the kite, rather than being able to both fight you, run away from you, and also chase you. Hopefully, it can only do one of the two, requiring some more setup, some more facilitation from other factors, or just better micro in order to achieve the same results. Bulldozer, yeah.
Not just add on to the Hellcat, we also need to get more exchange because the Hellcat is also cheaper than a lot of the things that is in the counter. Still want it at that lower price point. We also want it to like dominate units that are like,
Yeah, the choice needs to matter.
So what about the
for the bulldozer. We
There were no Axis armor cost reductions. There was some tech cost reductions, but not armor cost reductions.
armor, and we wanted to differentiate a little bit more from the standard Sherman, so we're going to slow it down just a little bit more so that it is easier with things like anti-tank weapons. It's harder for the bulldozer to disengage, and that will also mean if you overbuild for the lane to try and clear lines next to the bulldozer, it's really slow. Otherwise, it'll be like if you're trying to just push it forward, whereas a line clearing because the bulldozer probably has just a little bit too much effectiveness, especially when you pair it up with the Hellcat and then we're adjusting.
what else for the U.S. forces?
We have some more minor adjustments to abilities and specific units here and there, but I think for the most part, check out the patch notes. Yeah, I think we can move past those.
Okay.
Cool.
So we want to talk about the Vermont.
Yeah.
Minus 20 manpower for P4. Yeah, I mean, the Sherman got that too. Sherman's better at dueling armor. It has more frontal armor than the P4.
Currently, the faction has just been too focused on Jaegers, Azure Shreks, and Mars. We want to see more strategic diversity within the faction. We're hoping that the changes that we
Better start building the AT guns.
to just make
What do you mean?
things that weren't quite as viable, hopefully a lot stronger. So yeah, we can kind of get into the details here. Starting with one of the big systematic changes that we're doing to them is now officer quarters will now affect battlefield units. This is a long time coming, but for
Smoke bug? Can you be more specific, Walther?
company officer quarters now buffs all of the units in that tier, but also units of 0 to 160 cost basically. So this is like your Potion Pioneers, your officers, your reserves, your tier 2
How do I feel about the Polston nerf? It's gonna kill that shock unit.
Colin units.
I don't really know. I feel like in light of the changes to Grens, it's probably overkill. With Grens now getting a little extra snare range with veterancy, then I think we're not going to see the Polston Colin
Or it actually enables some
as much.
is playing, for example, like that one Potion Pioneers with some support, for example. Yeah. Moving on, we have some. Let's get into tier 1. So we have a small buff to the Pioneer where
Playing Zook heavy without any light vehicles has never been a good idea against mechanized German play.
debating in terms of what direction to kind of
It's never been a good idea. The Zooks are like your upfront damage and your like deterrent, but they can't chase those vehicles for kills, and you're always going to be trading down if you're losing men and they're just repairing vehicles. You've always needed something that can chase down and secure kills.
the combat bonus. They will now do a little bit more TPS, primarily at close range.
Blob killer buffs.
This isn't meant to
What are you referring to?
outcompete other mainline infantry, but this is to make them trade significantly. Well, it's to make them trade them better. Now, this comboed with a lot of their other changes, hopefully really increases the efficacy of the unit. So, for example,
Oh, attack ground through smoke. Yeah, I think so. I think I read something about fixing the attack ground problem.
that you do with global change and then FF3 as well. So, to really increase the support of the unit.
Well, again,
Yeah.
so for things like the med kit, it's similar to like the mini heroes too. We want the Grenadier to be able to support tier 1 rank, not just Grenadiers, but also vital units like MG42, anti-tank guns, mortars, advanced infantry. We want the Grenadier to be able to provide support by being able to heal those units up, because you would end up in situations where, hey, you have maybe 1 to 2 Grenadiers, they have that one, but your machine gun, which is like your main firepower, is like on half health, full, all 4 models are there. What do? I can't heal this thing. You can't merge, obviously. You're gonna have lost models here. So we want Grenadiers to play, in general, a greater support role once you start getting mid to late game. So they're gonna be very effective at stopping vehicles by snaring them from long range, as well as keeping your infantry forces up. So and it also means if you invest heavily into the Grenadier, you can do a sort of heal skip. It was the faction. So
Okay. Yeah.
Overhealing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to justify Grenadiers instead of just maybe for merge versus like just stalling for something.
Hellcat changes are questionable. The Hellcat has needed to have that free speed boost taken off of it since release.
We have quite a few changes going to anti-Grenadier tier for Vermont. Darren, you want to go through
yeah,
some?
so some of the Panzer Grenadier has been a target. You already saw this with like the anti-tank guns. With the Grenadier change, this one was
It doesn't have the same range as mediums. The Hellcat has 45 range.
things to stop you from flanking its anti-tank gun at the start. But for starting with Panzer Grenadier,
Sure.
we have done a bit of a buff to the Panzer Grenadier. They're going to be able to capture faster, and they have a little bit more offensive firepower at mid-range, as we noticed, because Wehrmacht generally only has maybe 1 to 2 Panzer Grenadier squads on the field. They have to take up that capture duty a lot more than, say, other factions who might have 4 to 5 other main lines. But we're also not just the capture and firepower increase, we're making their bundle grenade the most lethal grenade in the game, so they always have
I don't know what you're talking about, Ace.
where if there's a Panzer
Vermont has been the same crap for like
bundle grenade
Since the release of Coastals,
a significant more power. Yeah. Significant more amount of their power will be coming from rather than just like raw.
they've had
fire
no late game
assault rifles.
for the past like
On top
3
of that,
months.
yeah, we have.
It's
some
been
minor
tier
issues
2
with
and Coastals.
the Stug. So the Stug is now going to be a little more effective in general.
Yeah, thanks for the sub, Fonz. I appreciate it, dude.
Particularly, at like longer range with.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Ace. Like,
range pen, we buffed
the-
its reload speed.
the
Um,
Gren
we
change,
nerfed
absolutely
the
necessary.
to get rid of some of the weird RNG that they introduced with the last change for the Stug. So now when they shoot at infantry, you won't have as much of a randomness. Like, sometimes the Stug will kill 3 guys all of a sudden. That's no longer be much of a thing. But the Stug is going to be much better in its AT role as a brawler. On top of this,
Who am I
in terms
most
of going
excited
back
to
the
play?
Jaeger tier,
I don't know, all of
we
them,
buffed
to be
the
honest.
increase.
There's so much more.
Attractive,
There's so many
we know that
possibilities
this has
now.
Been that good. And then we have some really light nerfs to the 221.
Dude, Ace,
Warble
you've
Wind. Warble.
respectfully, dude, you have shown yourself to be remarkably biased for allies. So I can't really take any of your criticism that seriously. I have to take it all with a grain of salt, because anytime there's like positive change for the Axis factions, you know, you're in here like talking about how it's bad.
Also, the units in them are slightly cheaper now. So the Stoss Trooper is 49 pounds cheaper and 1 population less. And the Panzer IV is slightly cheaper, but more importantly,
They
fires
don't
less.
have the best
We
units.
wanted
The Wirbelwind got nerfed.
to enemy vehicles in particular.
Jaeger Shreks are going to be less of a crutch now, but still
So
an
one of the
attractive
changes we
choice.
have, for example, the Tiger has 80 more armor frontally. We've noticed that it's a little bit too easy to just demolish the Tiger from the front, and we want this vehicle to feel heavy.
No, Jaeger
feel
Shreks did not get
as, like, a
nerfed.
breakthrough tank. So we're tuning up its armor just in the front. So if you find its sides or rear, it's still very vulnerable.
The sniper
But this
meta,
way,
yeah.
it's much more effective.
Yeah, snipers are going to be much more attractive now.
Was there anything else that we wanted to cover with Wehrmacht? Maybe with the battle groups?
I think we're doing just some slight tune-ups to breakthrough. You'll see this in some of the patch notes. We're tuning up breakthrough slightly so its abilities are a bit more effective, or you can get them earlier. And that's why you also see things like the Tiger being buffed in its frontal armor. We want that battle group to be more effective for players.
Yeah, it's because of the new battle group, Lammy.
Okay, cool. Should we move to the next faction?
Yes.
Right. So for the British, British is getting a fairly minor change because they got most of their changes in the previous patch. So we're mainly just doing some adjustments.
Ace, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Mainly just toning down some things.
I'm not following you.
Take a little bit more
The Werble got nerfed in this patch.
longer to unlock because it is that very powerful premium vehicle. Oh, and just a few other changes, though. British, if you want to play defensive now, in addition to your Aussies. who are-
I was hoping to see LMG paratroopers get the ability to fire on the move.
The
That would have
main
been
change
nice.
is the new battle group. We're excited to see how players play with it.
For whatever reason, they're the only elite that can fire the LMG on the move.
As you can see, we have a lot of changes to Axis in particular, but also USF got a major overhaul. So we're like, in terms of dedicating resources, we've kept this constant and we changed the other things. And hopefully, everything reaches.
Slight nerf in its
parity.
offensive
you'll
model
also see
drop.
some
Yes,
adjustments
and
that are more nerfs.
how is that not a nerf?
Back than say adjusting the British that you'll see later. Because we think the British are in a good spot. There's one thing that
It still requires side tech and is more expensive than the other light vehicle options.
Cool.
It's a 0.5, right? It's a tier 2.5 for that reason.
So
Yeah, I'll do this one. So,
Could they be viable with the Zook upgrade? For sure, dude. Think about.
interesting.
Well, I'm gonna talk for a second. With paratroopers, with Zooks, you have the cloak damage bonus plus Zook bonus. You could get some like really sneaky kills on like light vehicles with that, or that too. Red Wings, yeah, 100%. Obviously, the Ranger Zooks are like a lot more RNG, but I don't know. The Zooks could be good. The SSFs could be good now. With they basically got SSFs got much buff to their anti-infantry performance, and then with the with the Zook upgrade, they could be like a great all-around unit.
The Collins are now 100 manpower cheaper, but they are slightly.
I don't know why you guys are coping, bro. Like I know that you don't play Axis. Like
And the Tiger has been significantly discounted from what was a really different.
yeah, the Dak Tiger change I thought was hilarious, and like I just never understood why the Dak Tiger was like 25% more expensive than the Ver version.
In terms of, we've also in the final tier finishing off. The Stuka has also got this minor buff. So hopefully, with all of these changes, the final tier is much more attractive.
Dude,
But outside
like-
of the final tier, we have Indian changes. Darren, you want to get into them? Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. Like if you really think Vermont didn't need any buffs, like you're sleeping. Like I don't know.
Dak is not equivalent to the other final tier. The other fact is Dak doesn't have that sort of heavy armor or heavy mid-game infantry. It's all based just more game. So we wanted to give Dak like another option where they can get
The last 3 weeks, okay.
the other fact is because
You mean when nobody's playing the game anymore? Sure, dude. Sure, we'll look at the last 3 weeks. Where are we? We'll do the 12th to the 31st, say.
British wanted to let you like
Like you're coping, dude. Just like stop.
slightly lower their health at like game levels. So that should allow like more focus fire to just hold this already from just running up to infantry units and winning the fight.
Yeah, we moved 10 of its health from its base to its vet tier. So you'll get it.
Yeah, this was so necessary. Assault Grenadiers were so oppressive for how early they come out. So it's good that they moved some of the health into the veterancy, so that they don't just like run over everything in the early game.
Too powerful, especially against light vehicles at the time because they're so low and with their camouflage. Yeah, we're also doing some more adjustments like reinforce and population changes because we don't want players to be making large amounts of Panzer Jaegers to be their primary AT force for that mid-game period. We want players to have maybe around 1 to 2
SSF buff is too much. I think that's why though, Serene, because it's
large masses. Just the
it's 30. What is that?
Those are kind of.
It's 3 CP, right? So they needed it to be an attractive choice for 3 CP, and if it came out earlier, it would be too good. Like you couldn't play with light vehicles if it came out earlier.
Changes too. We want
It would completely defeat the purpose of the Bazooka Squad unit if you were gonna go
we haven't
Spec Ops.
live, so versus have kind of languished a little. And while we still haven't been able
It's always been like that. It's always been like that. Veteran units have always granted more XP, but they basically just increase the rates.
continues. And yeah, I think that wraps up. Yeah.
Okay, so some fun stuff coming.
Yeah.
All the
Oh man,
factions.
that was long.
Yeah, it was long. I'm excited about the Persilieri change.
Here,
Overall,
you can see it's always been like that, but they just increased it even more.
specifically ask you both about new battle groups because obviously those are, two new huge additions to the British forces and the Deutsche Afrika Corps. How do we sort of envision
Should be more like 15 minutes.
overall multiplayer meta, and how do we expect players to react to them once they get their hands on the update?
Surprise question. But yeah, like I'm personally very excited. Both of them have all very different play in the regular. Hopefully, with the example for Dak, this kind of puts a spotlight on early game infantry play, because that's kind of one of the big things. Is this idea of like all teams either get these fancy techniques to make your infantry a lot more effective early on, and there's quite a few little goodies in there. I won't ruin every. Well, I mean, they'll know what's in it, but like we've seen some early play testing, for example. There's some really cool things that players can do with Dak infantry, and we really haven't. had
Wonder what PAX is gonna do? Lol.
a lot of infantry with Dak
Australian Battle Group first choice? I'm gonna try it out for sure.
for that. Darren, any comments on that one?
No, I think you said the big thing of that infantry play that ATEC don't do for the most part.
Dude, the super heavies, and I'll call them super heavies because they're actually just heavies, but they're the only ones in the game. The Black Prince change and the Tiger change, I think, are absolutely fantastic. Those units were so terrible to try and spearhead attacks with, which is like their sole purpose.
I'm also really excited.
But now they'll still be very counterable by like flanking units. Like it's so easy to access side armor, but like driving at, AT guns or bazookas, like they'll actually be able to do it now and be threatening.
It brings back replacements, for example.
BP with 440 is retarded. I don't know. We'll see.
On that,
BP also doesn't have very good anti-infantry capabilities, so
from both Co 1 and Co 2. So I'm very excited to see how players engage with that, and the new style. And there's also the supply truck. I won't ruin too much about how that ended up the playtest, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darren, I know we got your sort of take on the Australian defense when we talked to you last week in the battle group overview. But yeah, anything to add about how you think they're going to shake up the meta?
I think it'll be interesting, at least for the British side, because you'll have that stronger infantry that you can immediately call in, but it comes at a cost. There are significant weaknesses that we discussed about the Australian light infantry when you go that route. But we'll also see that interesting.
that's a suitable name, Reber.
With the truck of I need to
Detection changes are all nice.
That's can I protect my truck? Again, how the Australian defense players are going to set up defense.
Man, I am so sick. Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay. Final thoughts on all the work going into Coral Viper 1.6. Jason, what what are your final thoughts on all the work that you two here have done for Balance?
So a high level thought for me is just I hope we're doing efforts to try and be a little bit more transparent with how we're doing our balance. Hence why we're kind of talking about, hey, what is our process? How are we thinking about things? What our read is. Anyone on the internet?
Funk truck.
That kind of opens us up to some degree.
This should
of
be
attack as
really
well,
interesting,
but I hope
dude.
that this degree of transparency is
We're gonna do
very
some.
sincere.
We're
Honest.
gonna do some like
This is
cheat
a
mod
very
testing in the game,
the whole process,
if we
right?
can.
So it's just me, it's just Darren. We're the balance team. We're
When
here
the
to chat
patch
with you
drops?
guys, right? So, yeah, it's and
Does camo apply to all
we make
tanks?
certain mistakes in the past.
Um,
We're constantly listening
yeah.
to feedback. We're trying to.
If I understand it correctly, the Funk Wagon can cloak vehicles, and Operation Scorpion can cloak vehicles. Or no, sorry, maybe it's just Operation Scorpion. But it's an active ability, right? So I don't know. Who knows? Does Sandbag cost a resource or just time? We don't know yet. We'll see.
use, and I hopefully we're in the same we're in the same wavelength.
Okay. Darren, anything to add there?
Yeah, you're running off that at least for the patch in particular. This patch.
Well, the reason I said that, Rubber, is because it can cloak the Goliath. And if I had to guess, the Goliath is a vehicle, technically. So I'm guessing that maybe it includes vehicles. But the other thing, dude, is that the Funk Wagon can't cloak itself. So you're always basically going to be asking yourself, is there... if you see the Funk Wagon, you can probably assume that there's going to be other units around it, right? Yeah, we're going to test it.
Again, folks, if you want to stay up to date on everything Company of Heroes 3, you're going to want to follow
It's a
us
giant
on
Trojan
Instagram,
horse.
YouTube, and Twitch at Company of Heroes. Join our Discord and forums.
Oh, is this
to
it?
feedback and chat with other players. Of course, you can also find the patch notes for today at community.companyofheroes.com. So thank you so much for joining us. Coral Viper is going to be releasing today on PC. You can find the patch notes, like I said, on the forums. And don't forget, you want to claim your new battle groups for free by visiting the in-game store. So don't forget to do that. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Darren. And
Thank you.
we will see you all next time.
Sweet.
Pick up your new battle groups now.
Yeah, they're free. They're free, dude. This is huge. All right, let's break it down, dude. let's make some sense of the chaos of these patch notes. Okay? So what have we got here? What have we got going on here? Lol. Who to watch though? Tiger is back. Yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Great video game. Woohoo. No update yet. So we're going to spend some time between now and the update talking about the changes. New maps. Cool. What's up, Trix? Welcome, dude. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, check it out, guys. So, patch is downloading. Oh, maybe I have to restart Steam.
That's the good stuff right there.
All right, let's fix this.
Oh yeah. That's the good stuff right there.
That's a big.
Yeah.
That's a big update.
Right there.
There we go. It is downloading.
Oh yeah. That's the good stuff right there.
All right, we're getting ready to mute our alerts here,
That's the good stuff right there.
so we can think. No, it looks like we're gonna behave. Okay, that's good. Oh, we're in an echo chamber. All right, so let's talk about this, dude. Excited about this map. I don't play big team games, so I don't really have any feelings about these right now. Vote to surrender, great, sure. Auto match cooldown, good. Happy for team game players. Challenges. I actually really excited about this color decal setting. I'm gonna turn this off for sure. Love the extra immersion it gives. Pathfinding changes sound good. Queued capture orders sound good. Sounds like they fixed this. Wait, no, I thought they already fixed this. Anyway, we'll move on. Let's get to the good stuff. So here's what's going on. Comeback mechanics are going to be stronger, it seems, for units against more veteran units, which I think is fine, generally speaking. HMGs, what this means in English is that they're gonna pin units more. They're gonna pin units more. Right now, I rarely see the machine guns pin units unless they're shooting at them for like 15 seconds. Like it's crazy. So hopefully we see units get pinned a little bit more. People that are willing to run straight into machine guns get pinned faster, which is overall a good thing. The height bonus is actually massive. This is really, really substantial. So what this means in English is like, when you're fighting units that are in buildings from, say, green cover, you're going to be able to drag those engagements out much more than you could before because you're still getting the defensive bonus from cover. But units that are in the open are actually going to be punished more by units on high ground. Okay? So that's what this means in English. This sounds like, you know, you're not going to have your machine guns instantly deleted by mortars because the time between shells is going to be longer. This is self-explanatory and I think a great change. Recovery, we'll come back to this. I don't know how I feel about this right now. Sandbags, this is also good. Basically just means it's going to take longer to fortify. So overall, I think a good change. I fucking hate this, but, you know, I recognize the need for snipers to be made more viable. So, you know, this is what it is. But I hate this. Like, I hate snipers. I was happier when they weren't in the game. So, but I get this. Like, this makes sense to me. I kind of would have preferred to see one of these instead of both. But, you know, this is typical relic adjustment behavior. Stealth detection. Okay, detection range. We've got, what are these? Detecting units. So we've got ultralights, basically, engineers and scouts, flares, and recon planes. These are all good and definitely going to be very necessary with the change. Really happy about the sticky and AT changes overall. So the damage for AT grenades and snares has been normalized, and it now scales with veterancy, which I think is a great idea and will help deter people from spamming light vehicles too much. New battle groups aren't in it. They should be. Maybe go to the store. I'll take a look in a minute. I don't really know what this means in English, but I think it just means increasing rate of fire. So we'll test out how that feels. My guess is it's probably not going to feel that different. The reload time, this is probably fine. It just normalizes the ultralight performance. Load time's good. MSC overhaul. My general feeling is that this is going to be a much more attractive option than it was last patch, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, so much good stuff packed in here. But basically, we've got the new ability that you'll be able to place on points to repair vehicles. It's free the first time, costs 100 manpower each time after that. It's kind of like a mechanized version of DDL in a way, except I don't think it'll repair vehicles in combat, I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. Engineers do not fight in combat. Improvised armor, good change. Conversion, good change. Rapid repairs, okay, interesting. Increasing the repair power of your engineers and your repair station. This might have great synergy with like assault NG builds. We'll see. ISC get substantial nerfs with the captain squad size being reduced, veterancy being changed, and then the increased requirement on fuel investment for the ISC, the core ISC upgrades. This might be a little too heavy-handed, but we'll see, you know. Kind of nice that there's less manpower cost. I think it's just going to encourage players more to go heavier infantry builds, which was the whole point of ISC in the first place. So we'll see. I don't really know how I feel about this right now. I think this is great. This optional upgrade for Zooks, for players that like to play with Zooks, they can now like boost them. It sounds like it applies to all Zooks, like every single one. So Parazooks, Ranger Zooks, SSF Zooks, Bazooka Squads, everything. So this is a great change. This is a great option now. Smoke launcher is great. I'm actually really happy about specifically this. I was complaining about this for a long time. Basically, with the cost of the Hellcat being cheaper than pretty much every other medium vehicle, it having longer range and higher damage, it basically meant that like you could decisively trade out your Hellcat anytime you wanted for an Axis vehicle, and it would always be a trade up. So it was always a good thing to trade this out. Now with flanking speed no longer being free and available without cost from Vet Zero, people will have to be a lot more thoughtful about how they use these. So I think this is overall a great change. The Dozer was in desperate need of a nerf, so this I think is the best way to do it. Increase cost, reduce the speed. Bazooka Team, White Phosphorus, I just think this ability is not going to be attractive really for anybody anymore, except for the ability for it to disable weapons on Axis vehicles. But you're not going to see people using this a ton against anything outside of weapon teams, I think. SSF commando buff is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I don't know how this is going to translate to the gameplay, but it seems to me like this was probably necessary considering how late SSFs come out at 3 CP. So we may see more of these, especially with the bazooka upgrade. Rangers were far too durable, especially in team games, so this is an interesting way to keep their power but not make them as, I guess, like basic, like the ability for these guys to just run over everything, just like walk straight down the field and run over everything was super annoying. So this will punish that kind of play but make thoughtful use of them, I think, even better, especially with some of the weapon upgrades that they have. So this should be interesting. The Scott change is good. I think it'll just make another viable option against bunker play, so that's probably good. Sherman tank buff is good. I kind of wanted to see scatter fixed here, but this is good too. You know, I think this will make this a more attractive option over the Dozer, with the Dozer being more expensive. And MSC, you know, being a more attractive option overall. We might see some more 76mm Sherman play come back. Accuracy increase on this guy is good. The Mortar Pit's got a desperately needed nerf between their health and veterancy requirements, so this is good. I don't know what this means in English, so we'll test that out. The Rocket Run was never a viable choice, so this should help with that. Don't know how I feel about this. You can produce Whiz Bang from T4, that's good. I like this super heavy armor change. I think this is really good. The Tiger and the Black Prince were crap prior to this change, so hopefully this will make them into a stronger, more formidable spearhead unit. So I'm really happy about these armor changes, but we'll see how they feel. I think the 1 CP Polston play is probably dead with this change and needing company command posts now. You're not going to have like a 4-minute Polston or whatever it is, just terrorizing your Vermok players. Sure, whatever. This seems kind of expensive, but you know, great. Very fits in thematically with the new British battle group. This is probably good. This doesn't seem like enough of a nerf to me. It's only 10 fuel on the upgrade cost, but it still costs the same. I think for how this unit performs, it should be more expensive. Like, I think 10 fuel on top of the grant cost itself would have been a better choice here, but, you know, whatever. Matilda armor nerf. This will make it more distinct from Churchill's, which I actually like. So I think this is probably good overall. Churchill is going to be buildable from tier 4. That's neat. I wonder how that's going to fit into the tree. Maybe you'll have the option of calling it in or building it. I don't know. Interesting. Light vehicle spam is dead. No evidence of that really so far. We'll see though. What else have we got here? Yeah, Matilda nerf was very much needed. Here, let's crack this open here and keep going. Armored reserves change. This is substantial. Reduction in manpower cost across the board for each of these. It's basically bringing them in line with like the cost of a medium tank, which will make these way more attractive. And with the adjustment to the DAC tier 3 tech cost, this could be really good. So I'm happy about that. Well, the store is grayed out. Oh, never mind. 10,000 merit, but I thought they was free. Oh, here we go. You have to go into the store to get the discount. Interesting. Hell yeah. Dude, I can't wait to play these. These look so cool. All right, hold on. Let's finish the notes and then we'll come back to this. Okay, so Assault Grenadier Squad. This is a great change. Oh, the Tiger change is great as well. There was no reason, as far as I could tell, for the Tiger to cost as much as it did for DAC. So they'll actually have like a late game option. That's something they can go for. Assault Gren is good change. These guys they came out super early and they were too good. So moving the health to Vet 2 is probably good. Bursa, I don't know how I feel about this. These guys actually seem like they might be really strong with the cost reduction. Like, these guys used to be 320, let's not forget. And now with them being 260, like, we could see a lot of usage of combined arms, and Bursa specifically. Like, this is pretty cheap, man. We'll see. Yeah, this could be too much. I don't know. Interesting. This looks more like a fix for the P3, but it should overall increase its anti-infantry performance on the machine gun, which combined with the buff from last patch could make it actually decent. This I think is massive. I actually think we're going to see some DAC tier 3 now, which I'm excited about. PJ Nerf, I understand why they did this. I think it might be a little bit heavy-handed, but I think people will be happy with this overall, and we'll see a resurgence in light vehicle play against Dak. This is going to have a significant impact on Dak's use of smoke launchers and their late-game munitions supply. There's a lot of players that were just like going super heavy light vehicles and then going Stuka Loiter and just having a massive stockpile of munitions because they didn't spend it on anything else. But now with you having to pay for smoke, that's not going to be as easy of an option. This looks like a buff for the Stuka, but I don't really know for sure. And we get to the meat now. This, I think, is massive. I think this is going to increase the viability of so many different strategies for Vermok, so I'm happy about this change. Cost of T4 being decreased is probably fine, considering most Vermok players are going tier 2.5 at the moment. I rarely see tier 4 at my level of play. So, I'm happy about this change. Grenadier buffs are massive and very much needed. I don't actually know what this means in English, but hopefully it means that Grenadiers just don't get run down by every single infantry squad in the game. Like, they're just virtually dead weight in terms of combat power at the moment, so hopefully this fixes that. Panzerfaust. They've got some utility with increased Panzerfaust range. They've got better scaling with Vet 2 accuracy. And then the AoE heal on the medkits, I think, is a great idea because right now it was so easy to get an MG42 off the field by just like hitting it a couple times with a mortar. But now, like, being able to reposition and then heal it back up will really help the field presence of Vermok in the early game, which was their biggest problem. So, never go tier 4. I don't know about that, Ray. We'll see, dude. Do I think the pendulum swing between Axis buff and Allies nerf is too much? I don't know. It seems to me like maybe they went a bit overboard with USF, potentially. So USF might be the new like Vermok from last patch, but we'll have to play it out, man. Like we don't really know. All I know is that all of this shit that they fixed or improved for Vermok was needed because they were such a narrow, like, you basically had one choice as Vermok. You had to play Coastals, you had to play tier 2.5 in order to be competitive. And now it seems like the floodgates have been open in terms of like build diversity, which is what we wanted for this faction, right? Like, as much as I don't like playing the same thing when I play Vermok, I don't like playing against the same thing over and over again. So yeah, you might have a point, Raffle, but we'll have to play it out, man. We'll have to see, right? This is by far like the most interesting change to me. The PG buff seems pretty substantial, to be honest. So I'll be interested to see how these guys perform. I'm gonna keep. You guys have seen me, like, I've been playing a lot of tier 3 recently just for fun, and it's been suffering. It's been like really, really tough. But now, I don't know. It could be better now. We'll see. The Stug change. It looked to me like they fixed the casemate bug based on the bug fix notes that they had. But we'll have to test it out in game. This is good. These were kind of never picked and super worthless. So glad that they increased the viability of the G43s for Jaegers. Very necessary nerf for Verbal in its performance against infantry. I don't really know how I feel about this. Like, whatever. I don't really feel like I was getting Vet 3 221s that often, but sure, this is good. Stosstruppen, for how late they were coming out, I think this is probably fine. They're still more expensive than Gurkhas, which outperform them. They're more expensive than, they're less expensive than Rangers, which outscale and outperform them. So maybe we'll see some Stosstruppen, which will be cool. I never see them right now. P4 buff seems pretty substantial. Might make this an attractive choice over the Verbalwind for once. So, yeah, I guess we'll see if there's more tier 4 play and if we get more Panzer IVs on the field. Yeah, I just feel like Tier 4 got some substantial buffs that were very much needed because it was just never worth it. As Ray pointed out, like never go Tier 4, right? Panther buff, mark target refreshes its effect on hit. This always should have been the case, so consider this more of a bug fix. And reload speed increased, so it will perform better against armor, which is kind of needed based on right now how they handle like Hellcats and grants, and then also with all these new heavy AT options. Reload speed increased but lowered at P4. This is lowered. I don't know why it says increased. This is increased. So I think they meant, yeah, reload speed increased. This actually makes sense. So they reload faster. Like the speed at which they reload, they reload faster. So it's a speed increase. Did they fix the Martyr and the 221 problem? I don't know. It sounds like they fixed the Stug one. I'll get to that in a minute, but I don't know about the other vehicles. We'll have to see. Tiger, we already knew about. Battle group changes. This seems really long to be. I don't know about this. Coastal Reserve, this is fine. Thank God they took the heal away from this, dude. This ability was such a crutch and so disgusting. So I'm really happy that they did this. This is good. This pair of units came out super late. This is probably a necessary change. They fixed the Regal Mines, which was nice, because I found that like super late in last patch. And then bug fixes for gameplay, we've got, here it is. The Stug turret now fires when aligned with its target. So to me, this sounds like a fix for the casemate bug, but we'll have to try it out. We'll see. What else have we got? Upgrade to apply modifiers to reinforce units. If this wasn't the case before, this is going to make this thing way better. They fixed the landmines detonating randomly, which is good. Can't capture 2 points at once. That's good. Buildable can be constructed in shallow water. Interesting. Oh, VSL no longer affects team weapons. I didn't even know it didn't in the first place. It's interesting. Strafing around indicators now better match their area of effect. Thank God. Fire backwards. That's funny. Increase the range. Okay. Oh, this is something. Most infantry grenades, AT grenades, and satchels no longer receive damage increase from first strike. That's pretty substantial. Rapid artillery no longer provides vision. That's good. Okay, cool. Let's get into here's the notes for those that were asking. Yeah, DDLR destroy Ray. Good riddance, to be honest. That was disgusting. I hated it. Yeah, the changes seem really good to me. The last bug line would sometimes lose the command if the enemy's vehicle caused it to leave the dedicated ability caster's strict facing requirements. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Finally. Finally, dude. Oh, this was so necessary. Wow. Good call out, Dex or Miguel. Sorry, I thought you were Dexon for a second. Miguel, thank you, dude. Oh my god, thank you for fixing this. This was so annoying. This was super annoying, dude. What else have we got here? Dude, I'm looking at this. This to me sounds like the casemate bug was fixed. So can I translate? Yeah. So what this means is sometimes when you had an opponent's vehicle driving by or driving through an infantry squad and you issued a snare order, the snare would break because it would cause, as soon as the infantry model was forced to reface itself to fire the snare, it would reset the command and it wouldn't work. So the snare wouldn't go off. Now it sounds like it will be much more consistent. As long as the vehicle is within your range to snare, you should be able to hit it with whatever snare you have, regardless of whether or not it requires the model that's firing or throwing the snare to, as long as it stays within range of that model. So, my guess is that Miguel may or may not have been the one that actually fixed that. So thank you, or advocated for the fix for that, because this was super frustrating. Super frustrating. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if cheat commands works. Looks like it on paper. Let's look at... I want to get into the juicy stuff first. Okay. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. It might just bug out. Was wiped too easily from off maps. The health of the 105 or the Abiche. I don't know. The fact that you need to get within vision range to use those, I think might not be that bad. Cool. Good to know that this works.
Commander, we should utilize all manpower.
Oh, I didn't even equip the new fucking battle group, dude. What am I doing? Can I select it from here? No, that would have been too easy. All right, hold on. Let's back up. Let's back up here. What's up, A? I actually, in about 10 minutes, I need to take a quick break to do something, but then we will be back and playing games this afternoon. Speedrun patch notes? Yeah, we kind of did speedrun the patch notes.
Sending reinforcements as and when needed.
Oh shit, okay. Okay. Let's see. Wow, 7 CP Archer. But that's probably for the best.
Commander, we should utilize all manpower. Infantry
2-pounder. Okay, we'll take a look at these first, maybe.
New ability ready.
After 5 seconds, unit repair gains 120 extra health. Reduces damage. Heals them for 4 health per second. Interesting. Okay.
A new battle group ability is yours to use.
Here he is, dude.
Ready for construction.
The big fucking boy. Finally. This guy's been hiding in the game for so long. Just chilling. Oh, that's 50% penetration, 50% accuracy. It's a passive. First strike. Okay. Wait. Oh, it's... Well, there's new icons. What? There's new icons. Whoa. Yo. This is a new icon, dude. Okay. Okay. Let's see these guys.
We have infantry support. Australians, no less.
Mark targets are 20% easier to hit, last 5 seconds. They can build everything. That's something.
Archer tank destroyers are available.
Sangar wall. Okay. Hold on a second, I'm getting a phone call. There's nobody. Alright, let's see this. Sangar wall. So you build it. Let's just do no construction, no instant construction time.
Infantry are standing by to deploy.
20 seconds to build. Dude, the sandbag change is going to be substantial. Let's see how long it takes, because usually you could do 3 sandbags and 2 pieces of wire in the time it takes to capture this. So let's see how different it feels. Wow, that was quick. Oh, and you can target it. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Dude, look at this. So, in the time it took me to capture this point, I used to be able to do 3 bags and 3 pieces of wire. I only did 2 bags in the time it takes me to put this to capture this point. So, fortifications are gonna take a lot longer than they did before. Yo, Army Guy, thanks for the Prime sub, dude. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Okay, interesting. So hold on, let's do this truck thing, dude. I want to see how this truck thing works. So fortification time is up pretty dramatically. Let's see how long these new buildings take to construct. You need the platoon. Oh, they take quite a while. Okay, that's for the best. So let's take a look at these. Bofors, okay. We got 17 pounder, very cool. What's the range on this? Holy shit, look at this range, dude. Oh. You can build them from 1 CP too. You can build it from 1 CP. That's actually crazy. This could be really strong. 1 CP? How much does it cost? 45. Okay, it's pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive. The Bofors, 35 fuel. Okay, that's pretty good. What's the range on this thing? Let's compare it to like an AT gun. Let's do an AT gun here really quick. Oh, these new icons, dude. I'm happy about this. Okay, so this is what? This is max range for an AT gun. Oops. Let's go like back here. Should be able to shoot from here. So can it retaliate? No fucking way. Okay, that's good. Dude, the Bofors in KO2, like you could hit these guys from max range. It was so annoying. This is good though. Okay, let's see how good it does against like unit and cover. Okay, so the cover negates the damage quite a bit. That sounds good. There is an AA stance, so it should be effective anti-aircraft. Oh, and it's tearing down the cover, which is good too. Okay. So the truck.
CMP truck deploying for service.
Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. How are we doing here? Oh, he's taking his sweet time. Wow. And you can't control it at all. It's just AI controlled. Interesting. So I guess the basic idea is like you create for yourself like a line, a supply line, and then you defend it, and then you just like use the supply trucks to like bolster your resources. How much is this? 150. Okay. Really slow.
Infantry training is underway, Commander.
They didn't fix this. It still gives 1100 XP, not 800. 27 fuel for 150 manpower. That's good. That's a good return on investment overall. Probably more effective on bigger maps. Also, the further away the point is, probably also makes a difference. Okay. This isn't working. Interesting. Okay. The powerful trucks. Yeah, this all looks good, man. Vehicle over repair. I don't really know how I feel about these guys being able to over repair the Archer. Because that means you're going to be able to get, what, 600 HP? That's a lot. That's as much as a Hellcat. How much do these cost? That's pretty good. There we go. He's got the over repair. Wow. Rip. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta take a call, and then we're gonna play some games. So feel free to linger or not. Yeah. But I will be back. All right, nerds. It's time. Let's do it. Team games look unplayable for allies. Let's see. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dude, they're playing against players that are way worse than they are. How is this a discussion? Yeah. Everyone's playing Dak? Maybe I should switch sides. We'll give it a couple minutes, and then I'll switch sides if I don't get anything. Go Brits, Dak is broken. Okay. Sure. Let's do it. Or should we do USF? New USF maybe. Well, why are these way up here? They used to be like here. This is really weird. What is OP and what's shitty? Hard to say right now. But it sounds like the new DAC battle group is very strong. Where map vetoes? I'm pretty sure they said that they would not be in this patch, if I recall correctly. Do these new icons look really, really nice? Tiger looking very formidable. As it ought to be, I think. I don't know, bro. For being 600 elo underneath Daniel and Twister, these guys aren't doing that bad. Black Prince has 440 armor? Yeah, I did. You told him to test out P-grunts from ambush versus a foot guard? Wipe them in 5 seconds. Applies to team weapons. It was pretty much sweeping buffs for Axis. There were some new tools given to allies, but people in your chat complaining about Vermok being nerfed. Are we at 10k? Lol. We're at about 4,000 right now. Not bad for a Tuesday afternoon. What is Hans doing? This looks like a good patch. Agreed. Tonight should be interesting at any time. Looks like the Nebelwerfer performance got significantly nerfed against team weapons. Because they can't have the burn damage like stacking on them anymore. Have I got up against the new DAC commander? No, I haven't played any games yet. I've been sitting in queue for 15 minutes. As is typical for me. What's with the wait times? I have 2,000 elo. Yeah, sure, Dex. I have 2,000 elo. Nobody's even close to me, dude. The fuck is going on here? Hello? They give me 2 copies of these skins? Actually, it looks like they reset all my skins. All right. What should we do, guys? Oh, what should we do? What should we do?
No, we're clearing a path. We'll find a way. We're gonna drive into the line and secure that ground.
Spec Ops?
We have M29 Weasels ready to deploy.
Scouts, loaded and reference that grid point. We need to secure and hold it.
Deploying engineers now.
Paths for detection? Oh, true.
Hold it up front. We can't stay here.
I wonder if the weasel's a detector.
What's our target?
Deploying a field barrel tools. And you two guys up front and center. Territory captured. What next? Time to call in for
All eyes, 29. Weasel here, moseying onto that sector. Scouts, we gotta get to that point. Let's
We have vehicles ready to be dispatched to the front.
have to harass some crowds, boys. M29, Weasel here.
No Dingo Dongo buff? No. The Dingo does not need a buff. What the hell?
Raising service to you. You name it, we'll capture. Capture. Capture complete, sir. Waiting on you. Getting hammered here.
A strategic point is being claimed.
Stop. Hold it. Brakes. Let's get rolling, boys. Hold on tight.
Riflemen ready.
Incoming! Floor it! Make it quick!
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Sir, capture job! We'll get it done! Yes, sir! Cut through them! Come on, ready for action! Work to do! Got orders! All right, men, stand up! Return fire! Come on, move your asses! Make it stop! Stop! Have to go, boys! God damn it, right? Take that damn ground! All right, let's get that point buttoned up. Hit the location! Contact! Small arms! We're locked and loaded. We're ready to go, so this is a fucking shit show! All in, squad!
We have riflemen taking the field.
Captured it! Boy, oh boy, is Jerry pissed about it! Engineers here! Secure that point! Ready for the return fire! We're on it! Watch the gas! Be ready to tussle!
Initiating mechanized support upgrades.
Bang! Word's been given, men. We got the tool. Let's go. Get on! That son of a bitch! All in! Why? Simmer down!
Requisitioning grenades for the front line.
That's us, boys! All right, men. Oh, goddammit! Private! Come on, really fucking short fuse! Let's go, boys! Make it quick! Jump the boat! Watch your flanks! Fire on sight! They know we're coming! Remove your ass! Go! Get us out of here!
Upgrades for the MSC done.
That's it, Ray! Don't move till I'm clear! All in, squad! Ready to got flamethrowers! Light them up!
Supplies are cut off. We have holes in our front line.
What's the bit? Let's get moving! I'm head back! Make it quick! Grab your kit! Go! Move it! Make it that sector! On! Let's go, boys! Let's go! Stick together! Secure the area! Forward on! Give it to M29! Let's go, boys! You men, get we're taking it from them. Heading to the location. Engineers, get moving! Once we capture that point, be ready for any counterattack.
Rifleman squad deployed.
U.S. rifleman here. Territory captured. What next?
Commander, we've secured the point. All-purpose mines. M29. And Weasel here. Team, securing point. We gotta capture and hold that ground.
Sector lost. No contact.
We're on ours.
Flares will light up the battlefield at your command.
Us. Now, boys. We're double time, soldiers. Engaging frontline elements. Right, men. Capture that area. Move. Get a sticky bomb on them. Get out of here.
Territory out of supply. They've cut us off.
Make it quick. Think you can handle that, Private? What now? Why? Take down that flag. Quickly now. Combat engine, just fix what you can. Boys. Fall back. Move it. Scout, capture and hold that area. All in, squad. Hey, you got a job? Break out the repair. Hold that perimeter. No room too challenging.
Patched up.
Scout, capture and hold. Capture and hold.
Yeah.
We'll shoot on sight.
A munitions point is being attacked.
Engineers. All right. Come on.
Contact.
Get ready. On your feet. Let's go. Ready for deployment, sir. Forward on. Back. Back us up.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
Ready thing. Don't stop ready thing. Weasel, take it in. Ropes in the open. Kinda hard to work with all this noise. New destination. 188. We're liberating. Engineers, kinda hard to work with all this noise.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
Great. Back to HQ. Gone. Make it quick. Boys away. On our way, sir.
SSF commandos are available to deploy, Commander.
Got orders. That's a half track. We're locked and loaded. We've got a vehicle. Double time. Get in close.
Weasel light vehicle is destroyed.
Oh, God damn it. Jump to it, boys. Jump to it. Believe it. That's a go, boys. Start maneuvers. Good lane orders. Come on, boys. Taking losses! All clear! God dang it, move! All right, men, stand by! Engineers here. The hunt is on, boys! Jerry's got a nice little... Engineers here. Scout...
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
We got the tools. Shoot and scoot.
Carefully now.
Liberating the objective. Hey, you got a job for load up. Watch your space. Boys away. Contact. God damn.
The victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Keep that formation tight. God damn it. What now? Scouts here. Scout ahead.
Commander, we've lost the sector.
On our way, sir. All right, boys. Stay low. Stay alert. Be ready. Jesus H. Christ. Hey, tiptoes. Flip all back. Get that medical station.
Our Greyhound is here.
Let's go. I'm on eyes everywhere.
our victory point.
We got the tools. Ready for deployment. Word, let's move out.
The victory point is under enemy control now.
Boys, all right. Let's move like we got a perk. Let's secure that ground. We're all ears, sir. Shake a leg. Kill anything that looks German. New recruits in. Rifles reinforced.
We've lost control of a sector.
Hey, you got a job? New guys up. Get on that ground.
We're locked and loaded. Ready? Got orders. Let's go. Capture that area. Fall back. Hey, hold it up on point.
A squad of SSF commandos has reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Boys away. Harry's got a nice little nest egg here. Let's take it. What do you need? Get in. Find a window and watch your sector. The word, sir. Yeah.
Victory point now under enemy control.
Get down! Hold back, goddaggit! Move! Ready. Motion's in. Move out! Focus on the crew!
Reports of enemy movement near.
Target that half-wit! Lay order! Deal with him later! Move! Clear that building! Boys away! We're taking it!
Damn it! Territory sector claimed by the enemy. We have a surplus of command points.
Police! I'm good! Secure that position! Get out of here! Get on that back! Jesus! Should they ever stop?
Commandos are reporting in.
I'm hit bad! Enemy crew standing by! 50 cal MG inbound! Alright, men, we're up! Move up! Spray anything you see! Where you want the M8? He's got a nice little...
Probably should have got an ISC here, but it's okay.
We're up, boys!
Acknowledged. Recon is standing by.
Engineer, break out the repair kit. We got this.
Should I get flares for these guys too?
Get ready. Point out. Moving to secure a position. Heads up, men. Crossing the line. Sir. Enemy territory ahead. Make it happen. Enemy crew standing by. You guessed it. Orders are in enemy territory ahead. Let's make it happen.
We have infantry standing by, Commander.
Get out of here. Fall back. Keep that formation tight. Down forward elements.
We've taken them down to 300 points, Commander.
Sir, secure that ground. Changing to bazookas. Commando, make it quick. They're down. All right, vehicles reinforced. Engineers looks unoccupied. Let's go kill us. Orders are incoming, man. Let's go. We've got orders to advance. Get the fuck out of here. Pay attention. Right, man. Stand by. Hold back.
Sector gone. We must take it back.
Come on, man. Let's go. Let's make some progress, Commandos. Taking enemy territory. SSF, they won't see us coming. Heads up, ready to hunt armor. Right, boys? Should we plant a flag? We've got ground to secure.
All right, boys. Advance.
Ready for orders.
Let's go. Look at
Engineers looking for trouble. Prep the M1. Start digging.
All right, men, we're up.
We're up, boys. Come on, let's get this show on the road.
You just ran into the wrong squad, Jerry. Let's move, Commandos. On your feet. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. Keep Commandos.
Acknowledged. Recon is standing by.
Infantry. Cover the rear.
Put it in.
Enemy movement near victory point.
Boys.
Double time, fellas. Settle down. Let's cut through. Now.
Victory point is under enemy control now.
On your feet. Let's go.
Commander, you have 5 command points available.
Drop that bastard.
All right, men.
Quickly.
All right. Let's move like we got a purpose.
Ready to deploy. Go.
Stay down.
Enemy is losing their grasp. They're down to 100 points. We need to use our command points.
It's done. The battle is ours. Stand down.
Oh yeah, end of game screen. What the fuck did he have? He had literally nothing. Fast P3 that just died to Zooks. I have no sound? What is going on, dude? Hold on.